Let's create another example. We just copied the files from the previous example, and we want to create a new folder, a new example, 26 JSTL. Inside this example, I just pasted all the files, and let's open this example in Edit Plus, 26 JSTL. Now we want the same code again, but I just want to talk about some links. Some links are common to all the pages, like home, contact us, about us, services, products. Basically, these links are from the menu bar, because the menu bar is common to all the pages in general. So what you have to do is, to maintain the session, you need to encode each URL, right? So inside your page, if there is a menu bar, and inside the menu bar there are several menu options, and all menu options have the URLs, and you want to encode all the URLs in a particular page. And because these URLs are similar to all the rest of the JSP pages, and so you need to perform the same operation again and again, right? So you want your home link encoded in all the pages. So let's do it. Just create the link below the index page heading. I just want to show you a home link. So let's create the home link and home.jsp. We will create the home.jsp page again, and let's write br tag. We just want to avoid the response in the same line. Okay, so we inserted this home.jsp. So we want to insert the home.jsp in all the pages. 1.jsp, inside the 1.jsp, I just inserted this home.jsp link. Inside the 2.jsp, I just want to insert the same link here in the same in this page also. In the 3.jsp, I just want to insert the home.jsp link, and so that we can jump to home.jsp from any page of your application. So let's create the home.jsp first. Let's create the home.jsp. home.jsp. Inside the home.jsp page, just create a heading so that we can recognize that we are visiting a home page. These examples are for demonstration. And now I just want to print the session ID, expression tag, the session JSP implicit object dot get ID. Right. So in all pages we printed the session ID. Let's write this session label and print the session ID. So now we are done. What is the problem with this entire implementation? If instead of clicking over this page 1, page 2 links, if I want to click over the home page, you won't be able to maintain the session, because each time you will send the request, you won't be able to supply the cookie, because the cookies are not saved at the client end, and when you click over the link and send a subsequent request, the session ID is not sent in subsequent requests. The server won't be able to track the session. To avoid this problem, you need to encode the URL. So how you will encode this URL? You have a simple thing. You know that the CURL tag, in the previous lecture we learned the CURL tag. Inside the CURL, we learned to use value attribute and just supply home.jsp. This home.jsp will encode your URL. So we will just write this CURL inside the href. Okay, and wrap it with the single quote, because we are already sitting inside the double quote, and just copy this CURL, encoded URL, and go to 1.jsp. Repeat this process. Instead of writing the home.jsp, just encode the URL and then supply to the href. Once again, we perform the same operation. And 3.jsp, once again, you need to perform the same operation here as well. So we are done with this job, and let's use it. Let's try this example. We want to discuss 26_JSTL, but before that, I want to show you that right now the cookies are disabled or enabled. I don't know. So let's click over the link. Let's click over the settings and scroll down in advanced section, privacy and security. Inside the privacy and security, the last but one link is site settings. Just click over the site settings and click over the cookies, and you can see that the cookies are blocked, right? Just close the tab and just run this 26 JSTL example. You can just type the /index.jsp. We just clicked over here, right? Now you know that the home JSP, the home link is encoded. So when you mouse over the link, you can see in the bottom left corner that the home.jsp is properly encoded, and the session ID is E533. You can see that it ends with E533. Now let's click over this link, and you can see that we are able to track the session. There is no issue with that. So what is new in this example? We just created another link and we are showing the same thing, and we are showing this repetitively. So no, there is some different thing that I want to talk about. See, what we can do is, instead of writing this C URL again and again, just write it once. In each JSP page we used the same URL, but we encoded the URL. I'm not repeating this C URL process. We are not using the same tag again and again. Instead of using it again and again, I just want to save this encoded URL into a variable. So just write this URL, specify the var attribute, and inside the var attribute you can specify any variable name. So home enc URL, right? Home enc URL. So we just supplied a variable name, home enc URL, and there is one more attribute, that is scope attribute. Save this attribute name home enc URL into the session scope. Create an attribute in session scope. The attribute name is home enc URL, and the value is an encoded URL, right? So we are saving an encoded URL in the session scope. In this example, we are also using a var attribute. If you are using a var attribute, the C URL does not work like a C out tag. It will not publish, it will not output it. Simply the encoded URL will be saved as an attribute in session scope, and the attribute name will be home enc URL. So I'm just using this attribute name. Just write the EL. Now I'm going to repeat this process in all the pages. Just click over the one JSP page, and instead of writing home.jsp, I'm just applying an encoded URL which is saved in session scope. Now click over to 2.jsp, just apply the encoded URL. We performed the encoding process once only, right? So now let's check it again. You can see that we are working on 26 JSTL example. Just delete all the data. I just deleted all the data. You can see that now the cookies is blocked. Let's start from the index.jsp page, and I just want to show you the URL encoding. You can see that home JSP link is encoded. Now just click over the link and navigate to home JSP. You can see that we are able to handle the session, okay, 1368. So in next video we'll talk about the new tag. Till then, bye bye, and see you in next example.